Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you guys doing? Um, I want to talk to you about something that I don't think a lot of people talk about. Um, I want to speak to and encourage men, in particular black men. Um, I just saw a video, thanks to my brother Darnell, gosh, Darnell Baldwin on Facebook. And it was a YouTube video from 10 years ago, a decade ago, that was recorded at New Birth Missionary Baptist Church. Um, Powerful testimony of a young man who was in the gangs, selling drugs, committing all kind of crime and what have you. And he was shot 3 times and he survived. And he's come out the gangs. And, because it is a church setting, um, African American culture, church setting, the young man referenced Eddie Long, then who was the bishop of New Birth Missionary Baptist Church, the late Eddie Long, um, as his spiritual father. He addressed him and called him his spiritual father, and he did mention that he did not have a father in his life. So, you know, he looked at Eddie Long as his father. And then, in the video, it's very, very, very powerful and emotional because all the men practically look like a lot of men came up to the altar when they were done and just circled this young man and was hugging on him and praying for him. And it was powerful. It was a powerful video. I will admit that. And testimonies like that really touch me, the core of who I am, because I have loved ones um, with similar testimonies. But I'm the type of person, people call me nosy. I'm not nosy. I'm like, okay, this was powerful. That was a beautiful testimony. To Yah be the glory. But that video was recorded in 2010. Is this young man okay today? That's the way I'm thinking, okay? Because we can have all the powerful experiences and people could even have powerful testimonies, and not to make anything light of those testimonies. God is awesome. Yah is awesome. He could do all things. But Yah is also into maintaining people and sustaining people and making sure that 5, 10, 20 years down the line that their testimony is not in vain. Okay, that Yah is still keeping them, that because especially with somebody with a powerful testimony like that, Yah definitely has a plan. Yah definitely has a purpose. And so the way I'm thinking, is he okay now? In 2020, that was in 2010. And it might have been sooner than that because that's when the video was uploaded in 2010. You know that we can have videos uploaded and it could have been recorded years before. So I looked up the dude, found out his name, and I found an interview that was conducted um, with him. He's still living. He's still not on the streets, not selling drugs or whatever. And that's awesome. I was very happy to hear about that. And I'm not going to say his name because I won't say his name. But anyway, um, I went in there and I saw that. I read the interview. I skimmed over it really. And he's a motivational speaker today. He goes around speaking to different arenas, um, people, young men and women nowadays who are in gangs, committing that, about that life. And he's trying to encourage them that there's another way to go. He has 3 children. So, he succeeded in terms of success on earth, he succeeded. Okay, so to make a very long story short, he has received an award from Masonic Lodge in Decatur, Georgia. And from the tone of what I was reading in the interview, it reads to me like he's a Mason. Okay. And it would make sense. It would make sense because of where he is or was, New Birth. Wherever you find a powerful black male presence in the church setting, hear me out now. Whenever you find a powerful black male presence within the church, within the organized church system and culture, I promise you that there's some masonry going on there. So and then it made sense. Do you understand me? It made sense. All those brothers was at the altar hugging on him and loving on him, and it made for a very powerful, glorious experience in church. Okay, but then after church was over, a lot of them brothers went to that young man, gave them their business card. Young man, that was a powerful testimony. Yo, God is good. God is great. And gave him the business card, say, I want you to hit me up. I might have an opportunity for you. You understand? And I can imagine that's what took place 10 years ago at New Birth. And some of them people got their hooks into him, and he's been inducted into the masonry. Now, some people say, well, why are you tripping? At least he's not on the streets gang banging and doing this and doing that, and he survived, and he's there. He's available to be a good father to his kids and make a decent living, a good, honest living, and be a productive member of society. The problem is that in a lot of our churches, we yield to works of the flesh to try to yield spiritual results. And I'm not hating on this dude. It's been a decade and you still got the same testimony. To Yah be all the glory and all the praise. I am so happy for this dude. Okay? I'm so happy that you're not doing it. You're not in jail. You're not in the grave. You've been able to be a father to your kids. I am not hating on that testimony at all. I am like, yo, you go, boy. You do you. But now he's kind of entrapped into a whole new game. He's entrenched and entrapped into a whole new game that's on a whole nother level. Okay? And we, as African Americans, we have to ask ourselves, when are we going to stop trying to do Yah's work through the arm of flesh? Yah is able to provide not only for our young women and our children, he is able to open up doors of opportunity for our young men, for our middle-aged men, for even our old men. Without our men and sisters having to pledge to any secret society, any Masons, and work witchcraft just so that we could provide for our families. We don't need to do that, yo. We don't need to do that. Because then Yah is not getting the glory that he deserves. Because now we're trying to work up something. We're trying to work up something so we can feel like when we go to church and we do church and we have these glorious experiences in church that it means something. But does it mean something in the light of eternity? Let me tell you something. Let me share a story that all of us are familiar with. When the Israelites crossed the Red Sea, Yah supernaturally delivered them out of bondage, out of Egyptian bondage. But then they were led into the wilderness, okay? It wasn't just women and children in the wilderness, yo. It wasn't just women and children in the wilderness. Yah did not just rain down manna in the wilderness for the women and the children, okay? He rained down manna for the men. There were men out there. There were men leading the way too. in the wilderness, and Yahweh is providing for them. Okay? I want to talk to my men. I want to talk to my brothers. Oh, excuse me. I want to talk to our brothers and let you know if somebody come at you with some kind of invitation to something, I want you to pray about every invite you get. I want you to pray about every every encounter and every alliance that somebody wants you to agree with. Because what these people do is they come at the men who are most vulnerable, the men who need opportunities. They come at the men who don't have no other options, or so they feel. They come at the men who may lack the faith that they need to trust Yah above all else. And these men become desperate because they want to do what's right. They want to take care of their families. They want to be productive members of society. They want to earn their keep. They made some mistakes in life, yes, but they want another chance, and everybody do deserve another chance, okay? But then, I don't know. I call them spiritual vultures, you know? And these are the men that be in church with the suits and the ties and be quick to come shake your hand or hug your neck and say, oh, welcome, brother and sister. And, they be doing the religious lingo and all this and all that. But they be having some evil alliances, yo. They be having some evil alliances. And they mean well because they want to help young brothers not do this and not do that. And for whatever reason, that's what they choose to do. They've chosen to link up with these secret organizations so that they could be protected and hugged on by the brotherhood. Just like this dude was hugged on and protected at the altar at New Birth a decade ago. These dudes want father figures, and a lot of times these people in these secret societies are father figures. They serve to be substitute father figures to a lot of these young men that don't have fathers. I have a father in my life, a strong father figure, so I don't know what it is to not have that. And I imagine that it is important. Everybody wants that. And so I can understand why people will seek that if they are missing that in their lives. But I encourage you to be very, very mindful not to do it, really. Don't seek a father figure. And if you're going to seek a father figure, call them a mentor. Nothing wrong with having mentors. But you need to make sure that the mentors that you seek and look up to are spirit-filled, and make sure they're not associated with no secret associations. Don't be so quick to link up with these dudes, okay? Because they're going to come with a whole bunch of promises and this and that and the other. I mean, Eddie Long, I believe Eddie Long, he meant well, but we all know what happened with dude, okay? He was being father figures to certain young men, and the relationships became perverted. We got to be careful with that, man. We got to be careful with that. If you really need a mentor in your life, you better watch that dude. You better pray. You better ask Yah to show you whatever you need to know about this dude before you say, I'm gonna be mentored with this dude. You better make sure he's from God. You better make sure he hears from Yah and that he ain't hooked up with no secret associations. I don't care how powerful he is. I don't care how much money he got. I don't care what connections they got. If they're hooked up with a secret association, you run. Run. Yah has a way. Yah will provide for you. You don't need to hook up with a secret organization and association so that you can do what you need to do for your family. Just like Yah provide for us, he'll provide for you. I promise you he will. I promise you he will. Try him. Don't put your trust in man. That's my word of encouragement to the men. Don't put your trust in man. Put your whole trust in Yah. Yah is going to provide for you. You don't have to join no secret organization. You heard me? Peace.